Good afternoon, everyone. Jack McGrath with ntmarkets.com. Well, we're winding down here. The S&Ps are getting ready to close in another 10 seconds, but really a lackluster session after the open. And if you looked at the volumes on the open of the equities, we saw what I think is a big asset allocation play. Over 250,000 E-minis traded, and about 125,000 10-years were sold right on the open off the equities. So I think what you're seeing is money coming into the equities out of the bonds. Now, I did send the chart 10-year versus the S&P. Have a look at that. That'll show you exactly what we're thinking, where you're seeing money coming out of treasuries and going into the stocks. Dangerous, but I think that's what's going on with this move up in the S&Ps. I think people are finally starting to get into the market. We made new contract highs today. 13.15 was the high, and we went out pretty close to it, right around 13.50. So equities are still trading pretty firm. And if you look at the NASDAQ, the mini NASDAQ, it broke out today. It looks very good on the chart. I do think you can see a trade back down towards 27.52, but today's open, we saw a big move up, and it really stayed up towards the highs. I would think you're going to see more upside in equities going forward. Above this 1050 level, you have below there 150506. So that's going to become a short-term support. I'd like to see closes above there. Then I think we're going to make a charge up to 1527, and we'll see how it goes, but possibly higher. The one thing that is concerning me is today, when we made new contract highs in the E-mini, you have on the stochastics, they did not go up and make new highs. So you do have a divergence that's telling you to be cautious of this up move. So we could see a pullback from here, but I think that 0506 level will give us an indication whether the market's going to hold in here or not. The weekly range was 90.25 to 15, so decent range there. But we'll be looking at that going into Monday. Treasuries didn't finish up that bad. The 10-year closed at 22, and your pivot for the daily pivot for Monday is 21, and I did calculate a weekly pivot for the 10-year. That comes in at 14. Today's low is 13. I think that you do have some support down there, and then I would like to see a trade back above 26.5. And I think we do have some upside risk in the Treasury as well, but we'll see. I know it traded very heavy with equities going up today, so we'll be keeping an eye on that 13-14 level early next week. That's about it. Euro currency, we've been all over that trade. Traded down to 133.56. That was really our level today. 52 is the 50% retracement of the move. I sent that out yesterday evening, and then I like the 61.8 area in the euro currency, and that comes in right around at 32.68, 132.68. So we'll be watching that. We're still looking for this euro downside pressure off that wedge. And today was another good day. If you sold bounces, you were able to make some decent money, even though not the biggest range that we would have liked to see. But I think you're still looking at that. Keep that mentality for right now. You're selling bounces in the euro currency, looking for another trade down. So have a nice weekend. That's it. Jack McGrath with NT Markets. Thank you.